The European Union Arms Trade Treaty is an attempt to regulate the international trade of conventional weapons for the purpose of contributing to international and regional peace, reducing human suffering, and promoting cooperation, transparency, and responsible action by not only EU states but other countries, including Guyana. In 2013, Guyana signed the Arms Trade Treaty and it was ratified 1 year later. This was done at a time when the world sought to put an end to international weapons transfer. The treaty illustrates that weapons and ammunition should only cross borders after the exporter confirms that the transfer is compliant with internationally agreed standards. Minister of Public Security KHEMRAJ RAMJATTAN, at the opening of a 2-day training program, said that the exercise could be considered phase 2 of the agreement, which will pave the way for implementation of the different provisions to Guyana's constitution. He alluded to the number of homicides in the Caribbean region.
A majority of these homicides are gun-related. And generally, it was an unauthorized end user that had that gun that could have killed. And so it is important in that context that we understand the position and location we are to make sure that these seminars can be of benefit to us to help ultimately that outcome of better rates.
The agreement back in 2013 sought to deter excessive and destabilizing arms flows in conflict-prone regions of the world and eventually make it harder for weapons to be diverted to the illicit markets. Minister RAMJATTAN further noted that the regulation of arms trade in Guyana and the Caribbean region could help reduce the rate of homicides in countries and districts facing the same issue of illegal arms dealing.
More work done in relation to this area as to how we treat with the trade of arms and how we prevent end users that are unauthorized will help to curb that very high rate that we have, and so that we can have our young men and women living their lives and rather than being brutalized and murdered and grievously injured.
He further noted that the ratification and implementation of the Arms Trade Treaty has attendant challenges in the areas of legislation, with Guyana being no exception to this hurdle.
But of course, the Arms Trade Treaty makes provisions for international assistance to help countries like Guyana implement, do better legislation, amend the regulations, and then come up to speed with the international best practices. And this kind of international assistance is but specified in the treaty. It says at Article 16, in implementing this treaty, each state party may seek assistance, including legal or legislative assistance, institutional capacity building, technical, material, or financial assistance.
Javon Vickery, HGP Nightly News.